A quick 8-0 lead. No, sorry, a 7-0 lead for the Bruins.
Where's our
Gets
camera?
answered by an 8-0 run by the Bobcats, and then the Bruins make a big three. That brings the total to 10-8 Bruins. 27 seconds left, a second foul shot. Up and good for Kamari Tucker. Jeremiah Holmes is going to drive it down to Eli Adams. Thought about the three. Gets it back to Holmes, who drives it in. Back to Adams again. Adams does take the three this time. It's no good. Keister looks to get the rebound instead. Tips it to number 20 for Blacksburg. That's Connor McRoberts. McRoberts gets it in to Sam Sizik. Sam, if I'm butchering your name, I'm going to apologize. They get it down on the block. Eli Adams grabbing his defender on the block. Gets a little bit of help from his teammates. That's Keister and Blaney. They do get the miss for Connor McRoberts, but instead of corralling the rebound, it goes out of bounds. It's going to be Blacksburg ball. No, it's going to be the end of the quarter.
Good, I can get that gum. I'm going to go get it.
He's going to get the gum. Guys, this is what you get from Bobcat Sports Live, a little bit of everything.
We're an everything program. Again, sorry for being late here, getting started on the Bobcat Sports Live Network. I'm going to get that gum.
Michael has been watching this gum. If you can see, it's in the middle, right in the middle of the court, just below the free throw line. We've been watching it for 2 or 3 minutes. It has not gotten stepped on, so a nice, easy, clean pickup for Michael. He's got it. Oh, and he eats it. Just kidding, he doesn't eat it. He takes it to the trash can and hopefully finds some hand sanitizer on the way. Hey, if you're joining us late, it's been an exciting first quarter. Blacksburg jumps out to a 7-0 lead. Radford responds with an 8-0 run of their own to make it 8-7, and then Blacksburg hits a big three to make it 8-10, and then one free throw at the end of the quarter to make it 11-8, your final first quarter score. Only one timeout taken by either team. That was the Blacksburg Bruins. Fouls reset to 0 for both teams. Nobody in foul trouble yet. It's looking like it's going to be a good game. Buzzer sounds, both teams breaking the huddle. It's about to head back out. Possession arrow does lie with the Bruins. Forgive me, it lies with the Bobcats. Bobcats today bringing out Sutherland, Blaney, Blair, Carter, and Jeremiah Holmes to start the second. Blacksburg, Connor McRoberts comes back out. Simon Hall, big number 34, back out. Easton Holt, number 15, Jackson Harris, and number 3, Easton Holt to start the second. Sorry, I said Easton Holt twice, I believe.
Get it together.
I know. Speed of getting it together, Brady Sutherland.
Oh, I want that to fall so bad.
Sutherland with a 3, missed, but Blaney gets it.
We talked about a little bit his previous game. Phenomenal from behind the arc. One thing he needs to do is settle down into this game. He can't force the shots. Now, he was wide open. I'm not saying he shouldn't have took it. What I'm saying is, like, just fall in the rhythm of the game, and I think he'll have a good night.
Yeah, I think so, too. He's gotten 2 threes, both decent looks at 3, both fall short. We're going to see if he can turn that around. Brady's going to inbound the ball this time. Nobody is open. He's going to get it way out to Carter, but it's going to be tipped by the Bruins. Carter corrals it. He's going to get to Brady Sutherland in the corner, who drives it in around 3 different people, and it misses it, and Blacksburg is going to get the ball. Blacksburg drives it down. That's number 3, Easton Holt.
Isaac also took my name sheet here. So.
Oh, no, that's right.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Here we go.
I'm just kidding. As the Bruins dominating the boards right now. Again, bodies flying everywhere. The Bobcats are hustling, though. They're working hard to fight on the glass, and that's what you got to do against this taller lineup here, the Bruins. Bobcats have it now. Jeremiah Holmes with it. Gets it up to Sutherland. Sutherland driving all the way across the floor. Gets it into the corner to Holmes, attacking back to Sutherland. Holmes is going to set up at the top of the key, run down here for the Bobcats. Over to Sutherland. Thought about it. Gives it back up to Holmes. At the high post is Blaney calling for it. They give it to Carter on the right side of the floor. This zone here from the Bruins stifling the Bobcats right now. Bobcats shoot a 3. Bang!
There it is.
Jeremiah Holmes from deep. Tie ball game, Isaac.
Yeah, that's a nice patient possession by the Bobcats. You're right. That defense was stifling. The Bobcats just passed it around until they found the look they wanted. Jeremiah Holmes not afraid to shoot it and does. Ties it up. Blacksburg coming down trying to answer. There's going to be a travel called on number 15, Jackson Harris. Bobcats are going to get the ball back. Meanwhile, checking in for the Bruins is Sam Shizik, is how Fisher just said it. I'm going to go with him. And number 2, keeper Caldwell.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Of course the S is not silent.
Well, you just never know.
Shizik.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, I'll apologize. Normally, I get to go over and talk with the coaches before the game to check on every name, but I had our 37-year-old's intern. It was his.
We were doing some scouting.
That's right. That's right. Trenton Carter, meanwhile, in the corner. The Bobcats gets it into Blair. Blair back out
Make
to
the
Adams.
pass. Make the pass.
Man, just a second sooner, and that would have been a Sutherland 3. Instead, Bobcats still trying to find the look.
Eli Adams on the floor, though, now for the Bobcats. Can shoot the three. The 2-3 zone here is going to give you some three-ball opportunities. Blacksburg's defending it well. If you make quick passes, it'll allow you to get the floor open. Carter from three, no good. Rebounded by the Bruins. They're out in transition quick. 3-on-1 break here. Through the contact. Bobcats wanted to charge. No get it, and that's going to be a bucket for number 30, Jose Sanchez.
Yeah, good little bucket. That's charges, I feel like, has been something in both games in the past 2 days that we've been calling a lot of, or at least attempted charges, trying to take a charge. Carter that time was leaning just a bit. The ref didn't give him anything, but also didn't call him for the foul. So probably the right call by the ref here as the Bobcats turn it over.
Maybe. No, I'm just kidding. It was. Big number 34 here, backing his man down. Ball's tipped out of play. Almost. No, it didn't go out of play. Bruins get a three-point ball. Sutherland got shoved right there for the board. Back to the Bruins. Zefik Cheez-Its. Tipped out of bounds by the Bruins. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, looking at the way that ball went out, I don't know how it possibly could have been out on the Bobcats. The ref's going to say it stays here with the Bruins. Crowd does not like it. Coaches really don't like it.
Yeah.
The crowd calling out white ball. Not this time.
No, apparently not. It was, though. But the Bruins get a three-ball opportunity. No good. Rebound is strong. A foul in the back right there. And that's where he got hit in the head right there.
Yeah, you're right. Trent Johnson went up for that rebound, had two huge Bruins kind of draped over him. Don't know who they called for on that foul. That was number 3, I believe. That's Easton Holt with his first foul of the night. Meanwhile, Eli Adams takes it down for the Bobcats. Down 13-11, 3:42 left in the second. Carter gets it into Blair. Blair, 2 defenders on him, gets it back out to Adams.
Blacksburg's still in this 2-3 zone here, and they're playing it pretty well, but it's going to give the Bobcats some three-ball opportunities, especially if you can get into the high post there, inside out. You set the screen at the top, and you have the right side of the floor wide open. I don't understand why they're playing a 2-3 zone right now, but they are. Bobcats have to capitalize, as there are big bodies here for the Bruins. As we got steal right here by Sanchez. Sanchez takes it all the way. Blocked! Wow. Big-time block by Carter. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be Bruins ball, but what a hustle play.
That was a LeBron James chase down block if I've ever seen one, and, man, he sent the ball just careening into a cheerleader's leg. Cheerleaders are tough.
Get out of the way.
That's right. Not a lot of space down there. I thought that both of them might have gone right into that pad. Luckily, everybody's okay. Carter's going to take a second to sit on the bench on that one. Checking in for him is Owen Horton, number 10.
Yeah, it's not great that we turned the ball over, but it's good that he got back in transition here as the Bruins almost get a 3-ball. I thought he was out of bounds.
Wow.
I don't know that could be a backcourt if White threw it, right?
Yeah, it was White that threw it. Blair made a great defensive play as the ball was getting tipped out of bounds. He grabbed it out of bounds, threw it behind
White
his back.
is the one who threw it, so I don't know how it could be.
Yeah, they're going to change that call and make it correct.
Yeah, it's just essentially an inadvertent whistle.
Yeah, he thought it was maybe a backcourt and then argued correctly by the other ref that no, it was thrown by White.
Yeah.
Ball's going to stay down here with the Bruins.
Bruins in the backcourt here. Easton Holt being guarded by number 10 for the Bobcats, Owen Horton. Horton driving him to his right side in front of the Bobcat bench. They go down low. They get it. Block here by Horton. Tip to the Bruins, and they get a shot up. No good. It's going to be rebounded by the Bobcats.
Yeah, good defensive play. Now they're going to break the press. Lots of Bruins in front and behind of Jeremiah Holmes, who tries to make the most of it. Now Bobcats.
Eli Adams crashing to the lane here. He's going to be open in the corner. No one sees him. Wide open in the corner. Man.
Yeah, nobody saw him, including his own teammates on that one, but he was wide open.
At the top of the key, though, thought about the three. Over to Jeremiah Holmes for 3. No good. Rebounded by the Bruins. A lot of rebounds by the Bruins today. I can feel it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, tough with the Bobcats. They're trying to get their looks, and they're not quite hitting them when they get them. They're not going to get many opportunities. Meanwhile, the Bruins inbound it down low, going to get called for the foul.
If I'm the Bruins, I pretty much just attack the paint on the Bobcats. They're going to
so
foul
too.
you, or you're going to make the shot here, as they just don't have a height to compete.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Blair there just trying to get a stop if he could. He does that time, but 2 free throws coming for number 2, Kiefer Caldwell. Caldwell up with the first off the back of the rim, off the backboard and good. Ryder Bond going to be checking in for Blair.
And if you're listening, no one has answered our trivia question from the last 2 nights. We will ask it during the varsity contest, but we have a wonderful Stanley-ish cup to give away.
Yep. I think it's a Polar Camel, if I'm not mistaken.
Polar Camel. I mean, it's super nice.
It's a 40-ounce one, too. It's wild.
If you're in the gym, it's in my hand right now.
There you go. Check it out. Meanwhile, Owen Horton
Sitting on
comes
the
up
table.
with the rebound on the missed free throw.
I might just start drinking out of it.
You ought to. Just throw something in there. It's going to be a test. Meanwhile, the Bobcats turn it over in a quick basket for Sam Cizik.
Yeah, it was tied up here at the end of the period. And now 16-11. Bruins lead.
Minute 41 left here in the second
Sutherland
quarter.
from 3. No good.
Now, off the top of the backboard, didn't we say last night that was in?
Yeah, I think it is.
And that definitely was backboard and not
I think if it goes over, because I'll have to look up the rule, but I think it has to do with the way it comes down. Let me check the rule on that.
Well, you look that up. Bruins driving down, trying to add to this 5-point lead. A minute 26 left in the first. Throwing around, good defense by the Bobcats. Coach Little does not like something, but I don't know what he doesn't like. Meanwhile, they get it out for 3, and they nail it. Sam Cizik hits a big 3. Now Richard Fisherman calling him Sam Sheck. Sam, I truly apologize. I would love to get your name right in a halftime. I promise I will. Meanwhile, the Bobcats get it over to Owen Horton.
All right, you ready for the rule update?
Yeah, here we go.
Yes, you can hit the top of the backboard in high school basketball, and the ball remains in play as long as it does not go out of bounds on the way down.
I feel like that was legal the whole time then. I'm confused as to why they called it. Maybe we'll update them at half. Meanwhile, Trent Johnson gets it in. A little bit too strong. Can't get the basket to go. Bruins get the rebound. Number 3, Easton Holt going to take it. Dishes around. Kiefer Caldwell now at the top of the key being guarded by Horton. Over to corner 3 for Holt. Around and out. But Kiefer Caldwell is going to get the rebound. But no, Trent Johnson's going to steal the pass after that rebound. Johnson going to drive it. Got a 3-on-2. He's going to drive it all the way down, lays it up, can't get it to go. Good try by Johnson. Good handles, just panicked just a bit when he got to the basket and couldn't quite get it to go. 16 seconds left. Looks like Bruins are going to try and get the last shot of the half.
Okay, I got the – well, we'll wait till halftime. Go ahead.
We're going to have some updates. They're going to get it into big 34, Simon Hall, who turns around. Nice touch on it.
Hard to beat that.
Yeah, it is. Jeremiah Holmes just going to launch it from full court. Maybe 2/3 court. Came up 2 or 3 feet short.
Did the Bobcats score that quarter?
That's a good question. I don't think they did.
I think it was 11-11 at the end of the first, right?
That might have been right. No, it was 8-11. 8-11 at the end of the first.
And we hit a 3
yep.
late, early in the second.
Yep.
Gotcha. Hey, I got an update on the rule.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. The front, sides, and top of the backboard are legally in bounds. If a ball bounces off a rim and rolls along the top of the backboard, it is legally still in play. If the ball rolls along the top and falls into the basket, it is considered a made shot. Hold on, I'm not done. Just lost my place. If the ball falls off the back, it is considered out of bounds.
Maybe that's what happened.
If it
then.
rolls backwards. Any part of the back of the backboard is also out of bounds. So like the top there, we talked about that last night. If it hits that, it's out of bounds.
Yeah, it's interesting, how often these little small details come into play.
Yeah. Happened last night and today.
That's right, 2 for 2.
So that's a rule update for you. Look at that.
Go.
Learn something every day. And I don't know about you, but I think we'll be right back in about 5 minutes to start the second half.
Sounds great.
All right.
See you guys then.
Michael Davis, Isaac Nagel, 37-year-old unpaid intern. We'll be right back. The Bobcats Works Live. And we're back, folks. This is Michael Davis alongside Isaac Nagel on Bobcat Sports Live. We just had the first half. It was 11-11 at the beginning of the second quarter, in the sense it was 8-11, and then the Bobcats hit a three to bring it 11-11, and then the Bruins went on a 10-0 run to end the half. They're leading 21-11. Isaac Nagel is going to bring you your stats for that half.
Yeah, that's right. A streaky half for sure, and I guess 2 different 8-0 runs by the Bruins.
Yep.
And the Bobcats just couldn't stop it. Meanwhile, let's look at your top scorers for the Bobcats. Spread out, Trent Carter has 4, Jeremiah Holmes has 3, Blake Blair has 2, and Mikhail Blaney has 2. Meanwhile, foul-wise, only 3 fouls spread across 3 different players for the Bobcats, so foul trouble is not going to come into play.
Which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah. Especially with those big men down low. Speaking of big men, Simon Hall, number 34, the biggest guy in the court, only with 2 points. Thought he might have had more. Jose Sanchez for the Bruins has 2. Kamari Tucker has 6. Kiefer Codwell has 3. And Sam Sizik has 8. Big number 0 hit a couple 2s, big 3. Got 1 from the free throw line. Looking pretty good.
Yeah, looking pretty good. I think 34 has potential here. He's a big, tall player, and he hit a nice little fadeaway to make the shot. I want him to go straight into the defense. I want him to get the rebound and go straight back up with it. He's pretty much been dominating the boards for the Bruins, and he's just not going back up with it on the offensive end. I kind of want him to if I'm the Bruins coach anyway.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. He has the ability to. I don't know what Bobcat's going to stop him if he just decides he's going to score. I think he can. If you're a Bobcat fan, you're hoping he doesn't decide that.
Sure, but Zero's been holding it up for them tonight. He shot the ball really well. This Bruins team's good, athletic, run the floor. And kind of what the Bobcats want to do, they just don't have the size right now to compete with this Bruins team. And they've had some good open looks from 3. Again, Bruins have been backed into a 2-3 zone most of the half. And it worked, I guess, for the most part. Bobcats didn't really score in the second quarter, and it worked. But they had some good looks from 3. They just couldn't get them to go. If they can start knocking those down a little bit, I think they have more potential.
Yeah, you're exactly right. We're going to see if they can get some more of those looks again. A couple of times the Bobcats had some good patient play waiting for their first opening and then struck when they had it. That's Jeremiah Holmes got one of those, and so we'll see if they can keep playing patient. But maybe a little bit more aggression. A couple times they had it and they hesitated for half a second and then they can't get the shot off. They need to be decisive if they're going to have a chance of climbing back in.
I see the 37-year-old unpaid intern had his JV game or rec league ball game today.
Yeah, that's right. A big win for the Trailblazers.
Nice.
They lost 2 nights ago in devastating fashion. A buzzer beater that was missed.
Yeah, Kennedy had a game this morning as well. 9 o'clock a.m. It was early. We don't keep score in our age.
Okay.
But if we did, we would have lost.
Oh, no.
But we played.
Didn't keep score.
Hey, we played really well. We try hard. We have a lot of fun.
Well, that's what matters. And am I right that you're coaching?
Yes, that's true.
Okay.
Me and Candace are both coaching.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah.
A Davis 1-2 punch.
It's fun.
Hard to beat.
Very hard to beat. Unless you're the other team, then you just beat us.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, not according to the scoreboard. It was a tie.
It was 99-99, actually.
They do show it that way all the time.
I just wish they'd leave it at 0.
I do, too. I don't know why they do it.
It's kind of funny, though. You look upwards like, what?
It's like, what happened in that game? Meanwhile, second half action is going to start back. Bobcats on defense to start. Simon Hall, we've been calling for him. He gets the ball, backs it in. No good on the shot. Bruins, meanwhile, get the rebound. Number 0, Sam Cizik, is going to get his first points of the second right off the bat.
Well, I just want to let you know I posted the question of the day. It was answered immediately.
By who?
With the correct answer.
Wow.
Which is not what I like to see. Sutherland got blocked in the post by number 34, Simon Hall. But I was hoping people would listen for the answer.
But instead.
It was actually answered by the one and only Stephen Reese.
Stephen Reese. Well done, Stephen. Stephen potentially.
Maybe. Technically, he's wrong.
Because you wanted the decimal.
I wanted the decimal.
Stephen, if you're listening, and we hope that you are, we want to hear what your guess at the decimal would be.
I know the answer.
Meanwhile, the Bobcats are going to have the ball.
But he's right. He's right.
Down 12. I'd give it to him.
Yeah, we'll give it to him.
That's impressive that he knew it. Jeremiah Holmes has the ball.
He probably looked it up. Probably cheated.
Hey, he's answered on the computer, so you know he's got that up right now.
Yeah.
Holmes gets it over to Carter. Carter for 3 right off the front of the rim. Blacksburg's going to come up with the rebound. They get it over to number 3, Easton Holt.
Stephen, if you are listening, we will get you your prize eventually. I'm not sure when.
Meanwhile, good defense by Blaney for the Bobcats. He's going to get the Bruins to kick it out of bounds, and it's going to be Bobcat basketball down 12. Bruins looking like they're going to go full court press for the first time tonight. Brady Sutherland coming up to break it. Trent Johnson as well. Ball's going to be inbounded over to Holmes. Holmes guarded by Hall. 4 Bruins, but the Bobcats break it. Trent Johnson goes all the way down. The foul's going to be called. 23 looked like he maybe was trying to get a charge. Right? It is going to be called.
Oh, no.
A shooting foul. Okay.
No continuation.
Yeah, that was an interesting attempt to draw a charge. Didn't quite work out for anybody. Trent Johnson's going to go to the line for 2.
We'll take it.
We will.
Let's make these.
Trent Johnson hasn't scored yet tonight. You'd like to see him get involved. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Not of the 1-and-1, of the 1-and-2. The 1-and-1 doesn't exist anymore. Is that true? It's gone forever.
No, he was on the shot, so he shoot. Oh, yes, it's gone.
But the 1-and-1's gone.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. It's gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Misses the second as well, but Carter's going to get the rebound.
It's not gone in college.
So it lives on somewhere. Meanwhile, Johnson's going to get the ball at the post. Right. Lays it up, can't get it, gets his own rebound. Look at those 3 defenders. My goodness, I don't know how he shoots under them, but it is there still in college, I believe.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Meanwhile, Johnson does get fouled in that attempt on 34. Simon Hall, that's going to be his first of the night. Second already in this quarter for the Bruins. Trent Johnson is going to get 2 more chances from the line. He shoots and misses. Meanwhile, my daughter behind me cheering for Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels not in this game, but interested to see that game tonight. The Ningle household
should be really good. The spread's like 8.5. Though.
It is.
9, something like that. Which kind of makes me want to take Washington. However, there's only been one upset, and it was Washington. And I don't even know if I would consider that an upset. Correct? That was the only underdog that actually won, according to the sportsbook.
Yeah, you're right. I think it was a three-point
spread.
Tampa Bay spread, which with a home field, that's kind of a wash.
Standard,
Meanwhile, good defense by the Bobcats gets it back. Jeremiah Holmes going to bring it down.
What time's that game start?
8 o'clock.
There's another game too today.
It is.
Right?
Chiefs and Texans starts at 4:30. So right when we get out of probably when we get out of varsity, we'll get to catch the end of the first quarter.
16 penalties for the Texans. Call it right now. Speaking of calling it right now, Blake Blair puts it in for the Bobcats. So Bobcats down 9 now, trying to sneak back in this thing. If they can get it within 5 at some point here in this quarter, I think they have a chance.
Yeah, I think you're right. Meanwhile, good defense, tipped it away, but Bruins get it right back and then are decisive and decide to drive. That's number 3, Easton Holt, who gets 2.
Holt right through the contact, went straight up into the chest of the Bobcats. Sutherland has it at the high post. Break the press here, gets it down low to Carter. Carter puts it up. Thought he was hit on the arm. He wasn't. Trent Carter says, too small for me. 2 points. So the Bobcats down 9 again. I forgot the Bruins scored on the other end.
Yeah, you're right. And Carter with the 6th point of the game, he's going to be the leading scorer for the Bobcats after Blair had tied him with 4 apiece. But
I need some more Sutherland threes in this game.
I do too. I haven't seen – well, we had those 2 early on. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, Bruins going to drive it in. That's number 2, Kiefer Caldwell. Gets the bucket and the foul. 5 points so far for Caldwell. A chance to make it 6. Trent Johnson,
that's
what
you need.
Second.
If you're the Bruins, though, this is exactly what you want to do. You want to take it right to the chest of the Bobcats. You don't need to mess around a little bit. You need to just go right to the heart, and that's what they did right there, and he scored. 2 possessions in a row, actually. They took it straight to the rim.
You're exactly right, and that's Kiefer Caldwell, who's not one of the biggest men on the court, but the most active down low of the Bruins that I've seen so far. Meanwhile, Eli Adams checks in. Him and Sutherland will make a 1-2 3-point potential for the Bobcats as Caldwell makes his free throw to complete the 3-point play.
Bobcats. Good defense here by the Bruins in the backcourt. Full court zone press here. Bobcats break it now with Blair at the top of the key over to Carter. Back to Adams. Eli Adams can shoot the 3. Again, Bruins here in this 2-3 zone. If they can swing the ball across you penetrate that high post there, they're going to collapse on you. You're going to have some 3 opportunities on the outside, but Bobcats have to get it into that high post.
Yeah, they're having a little bit of trouble. Trent Johnson goes to the ground but is able to pass out of it. They're going to call a timeout because Johnson loses a shoe.
Is that?
I mean, middle of the play, it's an interesting call for a ref. You figured that they let the play out, but this time they don't.
I don't know the rule on that.
But either way, he stops it. Johnson, let's see if they're going to make him come out. Or no, they're going to give him a chance to tie the shoe, it looks like.
Yeah, if you've already topped the play.
I guess so.
It's not like football when you lose a helmet or something. You got to go out.
That's
it's
right.
not the same.
They're going to let him.
Oh, no, he can't get it back on.
If we have any cobblers in here, we could use some help.
Now, I will say that we go with Velcro for my daughters. She has LeBrons right now. We got her the Velcro ones, and they work great.
They didn't work well?
No, they did.
Oh.
No tying necessary.
That's the best.
It's fantastic. She loves them.
On and off quick. Meanwhile, play is resumed.
She's probably too young to actually own some LeBrons.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I love it, though.
They're great. They're cute.
You got to invest.
They're like purple, white, and orange.
When she's playing for Tennessee one day, we'll remember that her parents invested in her
nice,
early.
wouldn't it?
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Even if she was a walk-on, that'd be sick.
Yeah. I mean, anything.
She'd have to be like 6'4", though.
She can get there. Meanwhile, Eli Adams, not 6'4", but nails it from way out there.
6'4" Hart, maybe. Adams dropping it down into the heart of the Bruins. Now it's still, again, 9-point game. Bobcats seem to can't break that 9-point barrier. Sutherland playing defense here. That being said, number 2, backing down his man Caldwell, shot up. But he's going to be fouled, so he's going to go to the line. Again, Bobcats just cannot break that 9-point mark here.
Yeah, that foul's going to be called on Carter. It could have been him or Adams. Both of them were trying the best that they could to stop Kiefer Caldwell, who's got height on both of them. Unfortunately, they have to foul to stop it, but basket does not go in, but Caldwell will get 2 from the line as a timeout is called by the Bobcats. Down 9, 2:56 to go in the third. 2 fouls apiece for each team. 19-28 lead for the Bruins. Bobcats seeing what they can do to scratch back in there. Meanwhile, I'm getting a personal shoulder massage by our other intern.
That sounds nice. 26-year-old unpaid intern.
That's right.
Where's mine?
Now, this is going to be the athlete of the family. Between her and Fitz, the two of them, they've got a ferocious ability to run. They're competitive. They like to run. There are going to be some cross-country banners in this stadium, in this gym.
I think there is actually already.
Because, well, we're going to put some more up there. You know, you look at me and you think, Isaac, were you an athlete? Absolutely not. Cut from the team twice for basketball.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
I would have never guessed.
I didn't make it through the first day of tryouts once, though. Once I got cut the very first day, and one time I made it through the first day, and I cut on the second day.
You know, this is going to be funny. The one time or let me rephrase that. The only time I've ever been cut from a sports team in my life was middle school boys volleyball.
Wow, you had a volleyball team at your school for boys.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
we had a big
was that awesome?
Big school. Yeah. I was cut.
Yeah, I guess for that's not awesome. But, man, boys volleyball, I would love to see that.
Yeah, it was electric. Boys volleyball is getting big in northern part of Virginia. It's big in places like California, Texas, New York, a lot of, Florida, places like that. It's getting popular in northern Virginia. They're talking about bringing it to the south, but not enough teams show interest to have full-on men's teams. So I think that's coming in the next 5 years or so, maybe 10, but not yet.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see as Kiefer Caldwell makes the first of 2 to extend that lead to 10 points for the Bruins. I believe you have to have 50% participation to make it a VHSL sport. I say that because for esports.
In your area. Is that what you mean?
Maybe for the whole state. Maybe that's just what they've done for Rocket League. We're an emerging sport right now, and so you have to have 50% of participation. You get 3 years to do that. And COVID reset the clock for us. So I think we were getting a little bit close, and then because of COVID, we were able to have another chance. Meanwhile, the Bobcats get it out to Adams and over to Horton. Still trying to find an opening. Down 10 after Caldwell had missed the second of those 2 free throws. Eli Adams.
I was also told our question was way too easy.
Wow. By who? Who told you that?
I'm not going to say who, but.
Well, whoever thought it was easy, our radio listeners had some trouble with it. So maybe they'll get some good luck on another one. We might have another one coming up at the varsity game tonight.
In fact, too easy. They changed the question to how many points did that person score in the semifinal and final game.
Ooh, I'd be interested to see that.
I don't know the answer to that.
Meanwhile, the Bobcats, a whole minute on this possession, still haven't gotten a shot off. I liked their patience earlier. Now down 10 with only 2 minutes in the third. You want to see them pick it up just a little bit.
Just a little bit. You have to get some good looks. If the Bobcats haven't got as many looks at the basket, Sutherland thought about the 3, dribbles into the high post. Eli Adams thought about it. Sutherland now from 3, no good. Tipped out to Carter for the Bobcats. Eli Adams trying to answer. Just inside the 3-point line, no good. And a foul is going to be called on the Bobcat.
Yeah, it's on 15, Blake Blair, his second of the night. Third so far in the third, but only a minute 36 to go. Number 22 for the Bobcats going to check in. It is a little bit cold. Is it cold here? Yeah, a little bit chilly.
I mean, I was outside in this exact same outfit, and I didn't feel that bad, but for some reason, I'm kind of chilled.
I feel some air blowing down on us potentially.
From Jesus.
Oh. I say, Lord, please stop. We don't want any more. Michael's cold.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Sam Cizik's going to take it down. He's leading scorer today right now with 10 points. He gets it out to Holt. Holt drives it in and is going to get fouled, potentially by Carter. It's going to be on the floor. That's going to be no on number 22. Ray is going to have his first foul. Fourth tonight or this quarter for the Bobcats. So the next will put double bonus.
I want to say this as well for the question of the day, as it was answered, but I want to say if you're a business and would like to help sponsor the question of the day, we would love to make that an ad for your business, and you can give a small prize, maybe a coupon or, maybe a free haircut or something like that, or, designs if you're a business who does designs, something like that, if you want to be part of the Bobcat question of the day.
We'd love it. Meanwhile, Simon Hall gets his first action of the second half. He gets an easy 2 for the Bruins. Back to the Bobcats. Yeah, we'll talk about you on air. We'll have a good time. We could use a little bit of support trying to do what we do here. We'd love to involve you.
By the way, Stephen Reese, who answered the first question, came back with stats to back it up. 40 in the semis, 31 in the state final.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stephen Reese, good job. Meanwhile, Carter throws it away to Sutherland, but Sutherland does save it, gets it into Hall. No, ball's going to be on the ground.
Oh,
both teams trying to get it.
I think the Bobcats got away with a foul there.
I think so, too.
Braylon Ray just tackled him.
Yeah, Ray having a good time with Hall. Nobody had that ball. It's called a jump ball. Hall had it between his legs, like almost between his ankles, trying to get his hands down there. Ray was just trying to find the ball.
Ray went football fumble mode right there.
He did. Neither team had anywhere near possession of it. And I think the ref was like, let's just call it.
Let's just call it. 41 seconds here in the third, 31-19. It's a long way away for the Bobcats here, but if you're the Bobcats, Isaac, and you're trying to fight back in this game, what is one or two things you can do out of this timeout into the third and into the first part of the fourth to kind of crawl back in this thing? Again, they've been stagnant at 9 points. If they could somehow get it to 5, that'd be good. But what are the things you're going to do to be able to do that?
Yeah,
if you can.
I think they've been really patient. I think that they've been waiting for an opening that they're not getting. So I think at a certain point they just need to pull the trigger a little bit more quickly. I think they need to go for those threes. They can hit them. They have multiple players that can hit them. And at this point, down 12, you've only scored 19 the entire game. You've got a quarter and some change left, so I think you just need to have a little bit more of a
But 11
in
the first, right?
We had 8 in the first, and then that 3 right to start the second.
That's right.
But so they've got it in them, and they can go on a run. They've got enough defense that they can full court press and get some turnovers. They've got some guys on the bench that can score too, so they're not going to run out of gas, I don't think. But we're going to find out. Meanwhile, Ray's going to get the ball for the Bobcats, looking for Adams, and instead throws it right to the Bruins. Sam's going to take it down. He steps back for 3. Why not? Off the front of the rim, and that's a Bobcat rebound. An interesting quick possession, and Braylon Ray is going to get fouled. That's going to be on number 23, I believe.
Foul number 2, Kiefer Caldwell.
No, on number 2, Kiefer Caldwell. It's going to be his first. Third team foul. Only 29 seconds left, though, in the quarter, so that's not going to be too much trouble. Meanwhile, Eli Adams going to take it down here for the Bobcats. He gets it over to Carter. Carter goes around, gets it to Eli Adams in the corner for 3 and no good. You like that look, though. That's the first time they've had a clean open 3.
I love the look. Bobcats have had some looks here from 3. Just can't seem to get them to go. The hot streakiness as a block's going to be called here. Yeah.
Yeah, Ray was hoping to get the charge, but his feet were moving. He was not planted. A good call.
Yeah, and again, we've talked about this before. You can be not necessarily stagnant. You can be moving, but I definitely believe I thought it was a block myself.
I think so, too.
But I'm not, an expert.
Tough call for the Bobcats. They're going to foul him with 5 seconds left on the clock. Holt's going to have 2 from the line. He misses the first. Holt only with 2 points tonight. I feel like I've called his name a bunch. He's been really active on offense, but just hasn't gotten to see it go in. He's only got 2 points on the night, trying to see if he can add a third.
Only 2?
Only 2.
Wow.
Wow, nothing in the first half. See if you can add to it here. Up and in.
Yes.
And he does. That's going to make it 32-19. 3 seconds left. Carter's going to have to shoot it. Does he know how much time he does? He gets it off, and just barely off. You would have loved to see that three go in. It would have brought it to a 10-point game. Instead, at the end of the third quarter, 32-19, Bruins over the Bobcats.
And we're going to be right back for the start of your fourth period. And we're back. Bobcats trailing 32-19 to start the third. Not a great 3 quarters here for the Bobcats. They're looking to fight back in this thing. The Bruins almost get a ball. They get the rebound. Big number 34, though. Hall. Little jumper. I really want him to attack the glass, though.
Yeah, I do too.
I really do. I don't know why. Maybe it's his size. I mean, he shot the ball well right there. He's had all of his points are mid-range jumpers so far. I just want him to attack the basket.
Yeah, he's had a really good touch, and you just wonder if he's going to attack the basket. Meanwhile, Trent Johnson up for 3, no good. Rebound to the Bruins. Bruins having a couple of their bench players come in. 15-point game, 6:20 left. Bobcats still have a chance, but they need to act quickly.
Quick.
Bruins looking to just waste time. You wonder if the Bobcats might be a little exhausted again. They had a game at 6 o'clock last night, tip at 2 o'clock today, so 2 games within 24 hours. Not playing a lot of their bench players today, so you think some of those starters might be a little bit tired. Grant Keister's going to get called for the foul. It's his first and the Bobcats' first of the quarter. Simon Hall now. Big man gets a chance for a free throw off the front of the rim.
Using legs, big fella.
Meanwhile, Carter's going to check in for Brady
He
Sutherland.
has that Dirk shot, hands behind the head, kind of come forward. It's an old classic style of just jumper.
This time it doesn't go for him either, and Carter gets a rebound. Carter, a rebounding machine these past few games for the Bobcats. Meanwhile, they're trying to press. Grant Keister takes all the way in, but Hall throws it again at the cheerleaders. He does not like
why
those cheerleaders.
Are you trying to come in here?
Cheerleaders, keep your head on a swivel. There have been bodies flying at them. There's been basketballs just spiked at them. They're just trying to survive down there. Meanwhile, Bobcats will retain possession. Ball's going to be inbounded to Carter over to Holmes. Holmes looking to see who he can find. Dumps it off to Keister. Bobcats need to move quickly, down 15.
Yeah, Bobcats just kind of standing around waiting on something to happen. Coaching staff telling them, we got to move, fellas. You got to learn how to move without the basketball as the Bruins get a steal. I think there's going to be a charge right here. Bang.
Yeah, well done on Holmes to get in positions, turn around just in time, and gets both feet planted for the charge. Bobcats have tried that a number of times tonight. I think it's the first time that it's actually happened.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was there. He got in position. He stood there, took the contact. That's what the textbook charge. But the Bruins coaching staff says, hey, you see that guy right there, just kind of go around him. I mean, because if he moves to bump you, it's going to be a foul or you're going to get a free shot.
Yeah, one step to the side, and I think you would have had an easy look. Instead, it's going to be Bobcats basketball. Holmes going to get it, trying to break this 2-3 zone that's working effectively. Keister tries to get it over. Had the right idea, but couldn't quite get it down to Johnson. It's going to be a turnover for the Bobcats out of bounds.
I hate
Sam
games like
sees
this.
it, calls UCLA. I know. It's just been out of arm's reach for the entire third and fourth, it seems like. Bobcats trying to fight back in. No quit in them. Meanwhile, number 4 is going to get a 2. That's Rashad Kareem.
Pinky toe on the line. Bobcats going to call a timeout. Full timeout here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, soon to be doubled up, down 36-19.
Ugh.
Just nothing going offensively. We talked about that three-pointer to start the second quarter to get them to 11. It's only been 8 since.
Well, let's give a lot of credit to the Bruins here. They're big size. They shoot the ball well. They attack defensively. They've been swarming the Bobcats, and this is just a tough kind of JV team to play. And that's kind of what you get sometimes when you play these bigger schools. You know, they have a lot more depth to choose from around the school, and this is just what happens. And you know, Bobcats have been known in years past it doesn't really matter who we're playing, anytime, anywhere, any place. And I think I said that twice, but they'll do it and usually come away with a victory. And right now, the Bruins are just putting it to the Bobcats right now, 36-19.
Yeah, they really are. It was good to kind of get a boost last night with 2 solid wins, both for JV and varsity. Again, maybe the JV team a little bit tired. I hope they don't take too much away from this game today.
I got a fun tidbit here for you.
Oh, hit us.
Radford University up 3 over Charleston Southern at half.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, they made ESPN national news the other day with the little court stormer there towards the end of the game, and Coach Nichols was quoted by saying he begged the ref not to call a technical foul.
Yeah, I like that. That cracked
so
me up.
Which would they? I guess.
Yeah, no, technically I think that you can call it, but how do you establish what, does it depend on what fan it is? If it would have been a fan of the opposing team, would it gotten called on them, and how do you prove it? Especially if it's a toddler. What do you call on the toddler?
It was cute. It was cute.
Meanwhile, Bobcats get it in after that timeout, trying their best. They're going to get it over to Holmes. Holmes is going to think about the 3, doesn't take it. Mixing up his man, playing good offense, but just can't get any separation from these Bruins. Sutherland back to Holmes. Holmes drives it in, looks to dump it out to Blair. Does it, gets it to Sutherland. Oh, can't quite hit it.
But see, that's the right idea. Inside out as a foul is going to be called here, I believe on the Bobcats, but I kind of feel like that should be on the Bruins.
Third personal.
As it was called on the Bobcats, but that's the kind of thing you want. You want inside penetration. You have the kick out, and he just missed the 3, but that's what we've been waiting for all game, and even when they get the open looks, they're just not making the 3s right now.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That inside-out approach, you'd like to see a little bit more of it. See if you can find some rhythm. 4 minutes left. You're probably not going to win this ball game, but maybe you find some things that work against a team that's much bigger. Meanwhile, speaking of much bigger, the Bruins take it down and get an easy bucket. That's going to be number 10, I believe. Garrett Butler with his first basket of the night. Bobcats down 38-19 over to Carter. Carter wide open for 3 at the top of the key. Can't get it. He was a little bit far out and leaves it just short. Bruins going to slow it down. 4 minutes left. They don't need to do anything fancy. They just need to waste this clock. Carter, though, not giving up. Love the way that he plays. Meanwhile, Trent Johnson also doing everything he can. Gets a steal right there. Gets it over to Holmes. Holmes going to drive it down. He's got Sutherland in the corner. Decides to take it himself. Doesn't make it. Instead, he's going to turn it around. He gets it over to Blair. Blair to Carter. Carter to Johnson. Johnson's going to get caught up by a defender now. So good movement, but just can't find anybody open. Holmes, meanwhile, wants it again. He takes a 3. Can't get it. Brady Sutherland going up, trying to get the rebound. Doesn't. Ties up his defender, but defender gets away with it. It's going to be, again, Bruins basketball. Carter bodies up his defender. Wow, pokes it a couple times and then eventually gets it out on Easton Holt. So Carter's going to force the turnover.
Rock Carter.
Yeah, it is, and he has not given up. I feel like at the end of games like this, we call his name a lot, and I really respect the type of player like that. We talked about maybe one that is going to have a big role on varsity in the future.
Bruins up 38-19, looking to trap as soon as the Bobcats come across. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, an interesting play. Maybe they're trying to home that defense. Trent Johnson, meanwhile, drives it all the way down. Can't get it. But the Bruins are going to corral it. Gosh, Bruins and Bobcats, I keep mixing up my B's. Bruins do try and get it. Instead, they're pushed just a little bit out of bounds. It's going to be Bobcats.
Bobcats, Bob's Burgers,
Yeah, Bob's Burgers, Bobcats.
I've actually never watched that.
People love it.
I think it's a show, right?
It is a show.
Yeah, I've never watched it.
Sutherland inbounds it to Carter. Thought about going up, gets it out to Johnson, who's going to get fouled. They're going to call that on the 4. That's a foul on number 4.
First personal, second team.
Rashad Kareem.
I like that name. Bobcats with it. Jeremiah Holmes at the top, over to Sutherland. Sutherland from that big game yesterday, just the Bobcats all the way around. It's not just him struggling right now as Sutherland gets it up to Holmes. Sutherland from three, no good. Rebounded, though, by Blair.
Yeah, 0 for 4 for Sutherland today. Hasn't made a point yet.
Tough.
He's going to be feeling rough about this game, but again, after a game like that last night, maybe you come back to earth just a little bit. Blair up with it, can't get it. That's going to be out of bounds on the Bobcats. Blacksburg going to send in 2 more of their players. That's going to be number 5, Sam Nupp, for the first time, and number 11, Porter Lane.
As Keister's checking in for Sutherland. And number 23, Mikael Blaney checking in for the Bobcats. And Eli Adams coming in for the Bobcats.
Yeah, 2:22 left in the game. 38-19 if you're just joining us. Blacksburg leading. Blacksburg only taking 1 timeout the entire game. Haven't needed to.
Nope.
Calling for UCLA. It's the second time they've tried this. Maybe they're trying out some plays. Let's see what they do. It was an interesting lineup to start. Meanwhile, number 13 going to drive it all the way down. Up for Blacksburg, and they get it. That's number 5, Sam Nupp.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that was a good-looking basket. Bradford trying to answer. Blaney to Adams. Adams, a relatively quiet night. He had that 1-3 in the third, but besides that, hasn't gotten anything. Meanwhile, the leading scorer is Carter with only 6 points. So not many Bobcats have gotten anything. Keister gets it over to Adams. Adams for 3 again off the front of the rim. Bobcats leaving a lot of shots short tonight.
Keister gets a steal, though, off the rebound from the Bruins, and Bobcats going to time out just to get some subs.
Owen Horton's going to check in the game, as well as Tyrell Brown seeing his first action tonight. Braylon Ray also checking in. So your lineup for the Bobcats is going to be Adams, Horton, Ray, Keister, and Brown. Minute 34 left, only 2 fouls for each team. A nice clean game. I feel like the refs have called it evenly both ways.
Sure.
Horton's going to get the inbound over to Keister. Keister to Brown. Even this, Eli Adams for 3 off the front of the rim again. Keister with a good rebound over to Brown, back to Adams. Adams going to drive it around this time. Giving Keister the opportunity to shoot. He gives it back to Adams. Minute 15 to go. Adams gets it stolen. That's going to be number 11, Porter, with a steal. Now going to set up the offense for the Bruins. Started by Owen Horton. Horton playing good defense. Bruins going to drive it all the way in on Ray, and they're going to lay that up. Another nice shot from Sam Nupp.
Yeah, that's a good take right there. He's showing he's got some skill here. He's probably a freshman. He's looking pretty good out there. Keister in the corner now with it, getting stopped. Gets it inside to Ray. Ray attacking the back of the basket. Gets up to Eli Adams at the top. Swinging it over here to Horton. Horton attacking from the high post. No good. Rebounded by Keister, and it will be another Bobcat possession.
Yeah, it is. And Keister's going to try and make it 3, and he does. Grant Keister a little bit hesitant to shoot earlier, but now he makes the most of his shot and nails a 3. Gives it 22 for the Bobcats.
Just under 18 seconds to go as we're getting ready to wrap up the JV contest again. Thank you so much for tuning in on the NFHS Network and the Bobcat Sports Live Network. It's been a good game for the Bruins. I give them a lot of credit. Bobcats fought hard, but just not enough firepower. Going to be down 22, and that's going to be your ball game. Bobcats fall short. But that being said, we still got the varsity contest, and the boys have been coming off some pretty good games. They've won, I think, 2 in a row now.
Yeah,
they lost.
They lost
on
Monday.
The road. Yeah.
And then it was a close, I think it was a 6-point game at Glenver Wednesday, but then a big win last night. And last night's game, it was impressive. Ashton Taylor not playing last night. It started with Gardner Rollins
he's
getting
coming off
3
a
in a
hamstring
row.
injury, right?
He is. And in
is
fact,
he playing today?
I don't think so. I was seeing them taking
Love
shots during warm-ups, and he was the only one not taking shots.
Yikes.
So you imagine Ashton Taylor's going to be out again, and maybe there's going to be an answer.
Yeah, we'll have to see, but that means just other guys get other opportunities to step up. So we'll be right back in about 20 minutes to start your varsity contest. Again, Michael Davis, Isaac Nagel, 37-year-old unpaid intern on Bobcat Sports Live.
See you soon.